In the legal world, there is a combination of forces that feed a corrupt and suffocating legal system for attorneys. Law schools, law professionals, judges, and even the firms themselves for whom you work create a system, a matrix, if you will, that is nothing like what you thought when you passed the bar exam. The purpose of this podcast is to help you escape this legal matrix, leading you out of the proverbial desert to be free of the bondage of the matrix. Hosted by Bryce D. Nyer, attorney at law with over 30 years experience in the trenches of civil and criminal litigation at the state, federal, and international levels. He's a highly accomplished and resourceful legal professional, a true master of his craft, and he's here to help you get your life back. Here's your host, Bryce D. Nyer.
It's another episode of Escape the Legal Matrix with yours truly, Bryce D. Nyer, coming at you live from Fayetteville, North Carolina, home of Fort Bragg. That's right. And guess who's in the house tonight? Yes, our ever faithful Labrador Retriever and law firm mascot Drake is in the house. He's after a long couple days down at the coast, chilling out. He is not happy to be returning from the coast back to work, but hey, that's the way it goes. That's the canine world. And so anyways, he's a little bit miffed, but hey, you know what? It's not a Burger King world. You can't always have it your way. So tonight's topic, oh yeah, it's a good one. I think you'll enjoy this one, because it was on my mind this week. And here's the deal. What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. Yeah, I know. So listen, you law students that are in your final year or maybe your first year, and you young bucks, buccaneers out there that are just starting your legal careers, that may have just recently passed the bar in the last year, maybe the last couple months. Hell, I don't know. And now you're starting out. Well, let me give you a quick lesson. If you go out there in this legal matrix, which is a beast anyway, and you start acting like an anal jerk, and you start jerking your opposing counsel around everybody else, guess what's going to happen? One day, you're going to wake up on the other end of that stick. You live by the sword, you are going to die by the sword. So, this came to light over the last couple months, last couple weeks, actually probably my whole career. But in the legal matrix, i.e. this thing they try and call the legal profession, which to me, it is not a profession anymore. It's free-for-all. It's a tumble in chaos and insanity and like being in the Roman Colosseum, being a gladiator. So here's what's happening for you law students. You better wake up and listen to this one. You think all this first semester, especially you 1Ls, brand new, in the orientation, getting to know everybody. Nobody's got any class standing. Everybody's all chipper and happy, clappy, and patting each other on the back. Yay, we're here. It's all exciting. And then you take your first semester exams of your first year and everybody gets ranked. And then people come back, and let me tell you, they turn into super dipstick. That's right, they do. They turn into a bunch of damn jerks, a bunch of morons, anal retentive. You name it, they start taking on what the legal matrix brings on. You know what that is? It's stupidity. It's immaturity. And you know what? Let me tell you one else something. You ain't that smart. You ain't that smart. You're in an academic world. You don't have the right to be arrogant at all. Big deal. So what? You made some good grades. Maybe you booked a class for you non-lawyers. Booking class means you got the top grade. You're number one in that class. You know what? Nobody cares. You law students, somebody's going to care that you booked a class. Nobody cares. When you get down the road, all it's going to matter if you're going to be a trial attorney is you pass the bar exam. As I've said this on previous episodes, whether you fit in or have chemistry with the law firm to which you want to work for and with whom the partners that you interview. Or if it's a state federal job, you're going to interview somebody. And if they don't like you and the chemistry doesn't work, they don't care. Nobody cares about law review. Nobody cares about you booking your courses. Nobody cares. You may care, but nobody else does. Nobody cares. It's irrelevant. Because you go out there in the world, and you're like, oh, it's a first-degree murder trial. Listen, jury, I was on law review. I'm a sponge cake, but I was on law review, okay? And guess what? Jurors don't care. They just want you to get to the point, and be truthful. Don't try and Shanghai them. They hate that in lawyers. But in the decades that I've been in this field, let me tell you, there's some lawyers, they're misfit toys. They really are. They're misfit toys. They go around and they sit there and try and sabotage the opposing side, which is you. And thinking like, yeah, man, I've got the gravitas. I am the David and I slew Goliath. No, you're stupid. STUPID, stupid. And it's not going to get you anywhere, because I've seen time and time again. Yes, time and time again. That the lawyers went around backstabbing, sabotaging, acting like total jackasses. Well, guess what? There always comes that day when they're in that really vulnerable position and they hate it. They go home at night and they're like, man, they just can't stand the fact that their position is weak, and they may have to go grovel to the opposing counsel and like, oh man, I know I was really like mean to you, like Mean Girls, and maybe we can work this out. And you know what the opposing counsel says? Dude, I don't care if you die. You are dead to me. And that's really honestly what happens. And I got to be honest with you. I get that Jesus has turned the other cheek. I understand. It might be a different cheek, but hey, I agree. You turn the other cheek, you try and be graceful, but I got to tell you, sometimes some of these opposing counsel, you just want to light them on fire and send them to hell. But it doesn't work that way. But I've seen this time and time again. I just recently had a discussion with a colleague and going through this really nasty case. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say any name. I'm not going to say which county. All I'm going to tell you is the opposing counsel in that case is just, he's a nightmare. He's a nightmare. He's like a jihadi lawyer. I'm telling you right now, everything to him is just like, he's on a jihad. And so my buddy, my colleague, been talking to him over the past couple of weeks on this particular case he's involved with, and this other attorney tried to jam him up. And so now guess what? Well, this other attorney that's the jihadi lawyer, he's in a pickle, man. He's got a problem. And my colleague's about to just like jam him up bad. And this opposing counsel, yeah, he kind of knows he's in a weakened position. But you know what? People like him, the positive piece doesn't work. You give him an inch, he'll take like 15 miles. And then he'll come back and they'll try and bury you even deeper. So he's about to get a really bad dose of what goes around comes around. It's coming. Probably by the end of this week. He's going to get served some motions, and he's not going to be happy. No, he's not going to be sending any Christmas or Hanukkah cards to my colleague at all. Probably not even a birthday card. Not even a, hey, man, how's it going? That's not going to happen. And you want to know why that happens in the legal profession? There's a legal matrix. Because the legal profession, that's what they create. They create the chaos and the animosity. I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be confrontational. You got to challenge the evidence. You can't let the state and federal government criminal cases just roll all over you just because they want to win and a notch in their gun. No, you can't. You got to challenge them because sometimes they're stupid too. And their cases are weak. And they've probably done something unethical like, hey, withhold exculpatory evidence. You ever heard that? You'll hear about that for you law students when you get into criminal procedure and criminal law. That happens sometimes. And you can't back down. But at the same token, you got to remember, one day you're going to be in a weakened position, and you're going to need a Hail Mary. And if you're not careful, if you're not measured, and all you do is go around just backstabbing and just flamethrower on everything with opposing counsel, they're going to get you because they just got to be lucky one time, just one time. And when you've really pissed off like 40 or 50 lawyers, depending on what county or city you're in, maybe it's more. I mean, that's a lot of enemies. Now, I'm not saying you got to turn over and die and lay down and be compromised, in your ethics or your position. What I'm saying is there are going to be times when you're just going to have to stop being an ass and you're going to have to grow up and you're going to have to put your big girl, big boy panties on and you're going to have to come to Jesus meeting and you're just going to have to be a little bit humble, a little bit. I know it's a hard word for you law students and lawyers. Humble, humility. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, Big Daddy B, I don't know what to do, but I can't be humble. Yes, you can. And I'm going to tell you something. You're going to get humbled in your legal career. It's going to happen. It's either going to happen by a client, maybe one of your staff, opposing counsel. And I guarantee you, somewhere along the line, some judge is going to humble you. Maybe the judge is right, maybe the judge is wrong. But you're going to say something really stupid or make some dumb argument and just really irritate and piss the judge off. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to take that big judicial flamethrower and light you up. I know. I'm a little bit wound up myself today. It's been a heck of a weekend. It's been a heck of a day, heck of a week. Oh, man, dealing with some of the opposing counsel I've been dealing with. Whew. I'll tell you what, I ain't sending them no Hanukkah cards or Christmas cards this year. I don't care how graceful it got to be. I ain't doing it. So I'm telling you, this is a key thing. Because you law students, let me tell you something. It's all about networking. It's all about relationships. Just like marketing. Everybody thinks marketing's advertising. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's about connecting. And if you can't connect with people, and you just can't, just be chill and just like, yeah, I get it. You're going through a hard time. We all do. And people just need some grace. I'm telling you, man, you're going to get buried up to your neck. And they're going to pour honey on you. And they're going to let all the fire ants eat your eyeballs out. And you're going to scream in pain. And they're just going to sit there and have popcorn and beer and cheer as your eyeballs get eaten out. That's painful. I don't know why I thought of that. Maybe I need to go home and go to bed. But listen, I'm serious, you law students, especially you first years, okay? Again, after that first semester, if you start acting all pompous and stuff, that'll last about maybe another 2 semesters, maybe 3 in your second year. By your third year, you're hopefully you just won't care. You're just like, man, I want to get the hell out of here. I want to take the bar, and I just want to start my life, whatever that life may be. If it's in the legal matrix, woo, we got to have that discussion. And you got to go back and listen to a lot of my podcasts, a lot of them. So this is lessons you better learn now. You better learn now. And I've learned it. I've been humble before. I've been put in my place, and I say, nobody puts Brycey baby in a corner. But guess what? I got put in a corner a couple of times. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant either. I got all rankled up, man, bowed up. The glove don't fit, you must have quit, and all that blah, 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 blah. Only to get the judicial flamethrower right at me. I mean, it can happen. And I'm like, yeah, I was kind of stupid. I was kind of a jerk. And you are. And you're going to be that way. You are. You're going to have that big J on your forehead, jerk. I could think of some other words, but I'm supposed to keep it like a family show here. I'm not supposed to say bad words. I've made a promise not to do that. But sometimes those words are, they're the right words to say about some people. I mean, I'm telling you, I have to bite my lip sometimes not to mention those words, but I made a promise I would kind of cut down on that. So what's more of this story we're talking about today? It's simple. It's simple. Don't be stupid. Don't be anal. Remember, other people have problems you may not even know about. Maybe they're going through a divorce. Maybe they have a substance use problem. Maybe they're depressed. Maybe, they've had a death of someone close to them. Maybe it's just their life is just falling apart and they don't have anybody to turn to because they're too proud to ask. That's the problem with a lot of these lawyers, a pride thing, man. That was a downfall of Satan. He went up there and God said, yeah, I'm taking over command here, man. I'm taking the commander's chair. Well, that didn't go over too well because about a third of them angels got their asses kicked right out of heaven, right down to earth, man. And the Lord's saying, see you, bye. Okay? You got to remember that pride is one of the number one things that gets people into a lot of trouble. Got me into trouble a couple times in my life. And you start bowing up and getting all proud and pompous and stuff. I mean, God just has a way of sending a little humility your way. Ooh, what's the say on that? What's the say on the humility thermometer? Ooh, you at an all-time high, brother, sister. You're like 1,000,007 degrees of like, we're going to humble you. And you're going to become what in the oven? Humble pie. Humble pie. That's right. This is great therapy for me because I'm telling you, this weekend I was like triggered. I was, man. I got some emails and stuff from attorneys, especially like on a weekend, on the weekends. Like it always seems to happen. They all blow up like Sunday night, getting the pre-Monday anxiety. And then they start talking stupid in the emails. It just seems to happen. So, I don't know. I'm having a good time with this tonight. Drake's still asleep under this big desk in here. I guess he's just chilling out. He wants to go for a car ride, go home. But listen, Lindas, listen, Karens, listen, Bills. You gotta have some humility. You gotta have some grace. And I'm not saying that some of your opposing counsel may not deserve to get jammed up, and maybe the only way they learn a lesson. Sometimes people have to learn the hard way. But guess what? Don't let it be you. Don't you learn the hard way. I mean, having challenges just makes you stronger. Life was not, Jesus didn't say you're going to have an easy life. He never said that. God didn't say, nobody said that. Nobody ever said your life was going to be easy. I wish they had. I wish there was like this magic easy button. Staples used to have an easy button. Remember those red buttons they used to have? You push easy, something like that. Okay. It didn't work. I pressed it 100 times and it just didn't work. And I threw it against the wall. So I want you to think about that. So where in your world are you just being stupid and a jerk? And what you threw the boomerang of being stupid and anal. And guess what? It's going to come back and do what? It's going to hit you. Remember, what goes around like a boomerang comes back around. It's true. You law students need to learn that now, right now. You new lawyers need to learn that now. And frankly, some of you lawyers have been out there for a while. You should know better. You should know better. You being stupid and anal with opposing counsel and everybody else, it's not going to help your cause. It's just not. People are like, they're not going to want to help you. They're just going to want to watch you sink on the Titanic too and go, ooh, they don't have a life preserver. Oh, let's throw them one. Let's say we did and don't. Ooh, look, they're singing like a rock. So anyway, I want you to ask that better question. Where in your world do you need to stop being difficult? Where? Identify it. Maybe it's personal, professional. I know I have to do it because I'm telling you, like today I was fired up. I'm like, man, I got to calm down. I got to just chill because I was fired up. I was in a fighting mood. I was in a feisty mood. But all right. So that's been another episode of Escape the Legal Matrix. I think it's a good one. You got to think about it. You got to be measured every day. I'm not talking about like measuring like for your weightlifting program and your fitness. I'm talking about measuring what you do, what you say, what you do, what you think. I have to do it. I had to do it today. I'm not telling you something I don't do myself. Sometimes I got to keep my big mouth shut too. I got to be careful what I put in an email instead of angry typing. Instead, it's like getting, people eat certain steak like mad cow disease. We get mad ass disease. That's a bad thing. You don't want to get that either. So think about it. I want you all to have a great day, morning, evening, whatever time zone, wherever the country you're in. And just really just take a deep look, take a deep breath, take a step back. And if you're in a certain situation where somebody's being very difficult, figure out how you're going to deal with it. But don't you be the perpetuator of stupidity. Don't do it. All right, this has been Bryce Nair coming at you live from Fayetteville, North Carolina, home of Fort Bragg, where every day men and women do what? They don the uniform and do what? They go wage war with our enemies and do what? Defend the very freedoms that we what? So often take for granted. This is Bryce Nair, and I am out of here.